November the 2nd, 1997, 3 months after Diana's death. Palace archivist Margaret Thornton was cataloging basement storage. She found a box in the wrong section. DS Private, not to be released. Diana Spencer. Inside were 4 notebooks, different sizes, different colors, but all had the same disturbing features. Pages torn out, sections blacked out with marker, water damage obscuring words. Someone had tried to destroy these. Margaret opened the smallest one. Pink cover, child's handwriting. July 1st, 1967, Diana was 6 years old. Mummy left today. The door closed. I heard her shoes on the gravel. She didn't kiss me goodbye. Or maybe she did, and I don't remember because I was crying too much. Daddy isn't crying. Charles isn't crying. But I'm so scared I can't stop shaking. The bottom corner was charred. Black, brittle. Someone had tried to burn it. But wait. The palace had always said Diana kept no diaries. Princess Diana did not keep diaries. Official statement 1997. But here they were. 4 diaries. From age 6 to 36. From the day her mother left to days before she died in Paris. Margaret checked the archive code. Filed under Historical Textiles 1960s. Completely wrong section. This was deliberate. Someone had hidden these diaries. She made a decision, took out her phone, photographed every single page. Before anyone could stop her, good thing she did. 48 hours later, palace security confiscated everything. Margaret never saw the diaries again, but her photographs survived. Hold up. That first diary revealed something no one knew. Diary 1, age 6, 17 entries. Summer 1967, Diana's handwriting got messier with each entry. August 3rd, 1967. I heard the servants talking. They didn't know I was there. They said Mummy tried to take us with her, but Daddy wouldn't let her. They said there was a big fight. They said Daddy told Mummy she could leave, but we had to stay. Is that true? Did Mummy want us, but Daddy said no? This was new information. Diana had always believed her mother abandoned her, but this said Francis had fought to take her children. Earl Spencer had refused. Everything Diana believed was wrong, and 3 pages after this entry were torn out, completely removed. What had 6-year-old Diana written? Margaret held the diary up to light. She could make out fragments. Daddy lied. Want to see Mummy. Not fair. The rest was gone. Don't miss what Diana wrote in the second diary. Diary 2, the engagement, blue leather. Diana was 19. November 1980, newly engaged to Prince Charles. November 8th, 1980. He asked me to marry him today. Not romantic like in movies, very businesslike. This could work, he said. Not, I love you. Just, this could work. Like I'm a business arrangement, December 2nd, 1980. I met her today. Camilla. Charles was laughing with her. Really laughing. I've never heard him laugh. Like that with me. When I walked in, the laughing stopped. She looked at me like she felt sorry for me. February 6th, 1981. I asked Charles who chose my engagement ring. He got quiet. Then he said, we thought you'd like it. We. Later I heard staff talking. They said Camilla helped choose it, my engagement ring. June 15th, 1981. I found a package, a bracelet inside, engraved with G and F, Gladys and Fred, their nicknames. Charles is giving Camilla a bracelet. 2 weeks before our wedding. I confronted him. He got angry, said I was being paranoid. But I saw it. He's marrying me, but he's in love with her. June 18th, 1981. I told my sisters I want to cancel the wedding. They said it's too late. Everything is planned. The world is watching. I can't back out now. My face is on tea towels. How do you cancel when your face is on plates? After this entry, 10 lines were blacked out. Margaret held the page up to light, fragments visible through the ink. I'm trapped. Everyone will blame me. No one asked if I wanted. You're not going to believe what she wrote on her wedding day. July 29th, 1981. My wedding day. I'm writing this in the bathroom at St. Paul's Cathedral before the ceremony. My hands are shaking so much I can barely hold the pen. I just threw up from nerves or fear. In 20 minutes, I'll walk down that aisle. Millions watching. No way out. I keep thinking about Mummy, how she left. Maybe she was just trying to escape. Maybe I should have escaped too, but it's too late now. This is really happening. I'm about to marry a man who loves someone else, and everyone will smile and wave and think it's a fairy tale. Only I'll know it's a prison. Water damage on that page. Smeared ink, like tears. Hold up. The third diary was the thickest. Diary 3. The marriage years. Green leather, hundreds of pages. June 21st, 1982. William was born today. I've never felt love like this. I looked at him and thought, I will protect you from everything. From the coldness, from the loneliness. You'll never feel what I felt. But 3 entries later, June 28th, 1982. Charles barely looks at William. He's on the phone again. I know who he's talking to. I can hear it in his voice. The softness. He's never soft with me. November 3rd, 1982. I barely eat anymore. When I do, I make myself sick after. It's the only thing I can control. They control everything else. Where I go, what I wear, what I say. But they can't control this. January 19th, 1983. I fainted today during an official event. Charles pulled the doctor aside. I heard him say, she's being dramatic. Don't encourage it. Like I'm not really sick. I wanted to scream, I'm dying inside. But I just lay there, the perfect princess, dying when no one's watching. After this entry, a page was torn out. The next entry was 3 months later. No explanation. Don't miss the entry about the stairs. March 4th, 1983. I was pregnant with Harry. 4 months. Charles and I had a terrible fight. About her. He said I was paranoid and crazy. I was so desperate for him to see me. I was at the top of the stairs, and I just let go. I threw myself down, not to die, just to make him see. I landed badly. I thought I'd killed Harry. The doctor came. Harry was okay. But Charles never asked if I was okay. He just looked at me like I was broken. This entry was partially obscured. Black marker. Someone had tried to hide it. This was the incident reported as an accident. Diana slipped on the stairs. But she hadn't slipped. She'd thrown herself down. A cry for help no one answered. You're not going to believe what the 4th diary contains. Diary 4, the final year. Red leather. The content was terrifying. January 3rd, 1997. I think they're watching me. My phones click before calls connect. Cars follow me. Yesterday, a man on a motorcycle stayed behind my car for 40 minutes. I'm not paranoid. This is real. March 15th, 1997. A friend warned me to be careful. She said I'm making powerful people uncomfortable. My landmine work, my AIDS activism. She said, they can't control you anymore, and that makes you dangerous. I laughed. But at night, I'm scared. May 22nd, 1997. I found a tracking device under my car. I confronted my security chief. He said it was standard protocol, but it wasn't there last week. Someone is tracking me. June 8th, 1997. I can't trust anyone anymore. I wrote letters to William and Harry, just in case. I gave them to my butler. If anything happens to me, make sure my boys get these. Then, the final entry, August 28th, 1911, 3 days before Diana died. I'm going to Paris this weekend. I don't want to go. Something feels wrong, just a feeling, like dread. I'm writing this in case something happens. I need people to know I was afraid, that I saw things. If something happens to me, it won't be an accident. The entry stopped mid-sentence. The rest of the page was torn out. Diana died 3 days later, in a tunnel in Paris. Official cause, tragic accident, but her diary said it won't be an accident. And someone had torn out the part where she named they. Hold up. Margaret found something else in that box. At the bottom was an envelope, unmarked. Inside were loose pages. The pages torn from the diaries. Someone had removed them but hadn't destroyed them. The missing page from Diana's final entry, August 28th, 1997, continued. They've been planning this for months, I'm sure of it. Every time I get close to someone, that person is removed. Staff transferred, security changed, friends warned away. They're isolating me, making sure I have no one to protect me. I think they're waiting for the right moment. An accident that won't look suspicious. If something happens to me in Paris, if there's a car crash, investigate. Please investigate. Look at who benefits from my death. Don't just accept the official story, I'm afraid. Tell William and Harry I love them more than anything. Tell them I'm sorry I couldn't protect myself. Tell them... The entry ended mid-sentence. 3 days later, she was dead. You're not going to believe what happened next. When Margaret reported the diaries, palace officials responded immediately. Within hours, security confiscated everything. The palace issued a statement. These items contain nothing of historical significance. Margaret had photographed everything. In 2006, during the inquest into Diana's death, she submitted the photographs. The court reviewed them in closed session. Official finding? No evidence of foul play. The photographs were sealed. The diaries were classified for 75 years, until 2072. Why? If they contained nothing significant, why hide them for 75 years? Paul Burrell, Diana's butler, testified at the inquest. She would write late at night when she was scared. She told me, if anything happens to me, these diaries will tell the truth. The court asked what was in them, the truth about her fears in those final months. She was terrified. She told me several times she thought they were going to kill her. Make it look like an accident, a car crash, brake failure. The court asked, did she specify who they were? Burrell went quiet. She mentioned names, people in positions of power, people who saw her as a threat. Those names were never publicly revealed. That testimony was sealed. Don't miss what happened to the people who knew. Margaret Thornton died in 2009, heart attack, age 58. No history of heart disease. Her diary photographs disappeared from her home. Dr. Richard Lansing authenticated Diana's handwriting. Died in a car crash in 2011. Brake failure. Evidence of tampering but inconclusive. Paul Burrell is still alive, but he's never spoken about the diaries again. Friends say he's terrified, warned to stay silent. The message is clear. The diaries are buried. Anyone who tries to unearth them faces consequences. Remember Diana wrote about letters to William and Harry? Burrell said he burned them, on palace advice. For the boys' protection? Diana's final words to her sons, gone. But William and Harry don't believe they were burned. In 2017, Harry gave an interview. We know Mum kept diaries. We know they exist somewhere. They've been hidden from us. But one day, we'll find them. One day, we'll read what she really wanted us to know. William added, our mother was silenced in life. She's being silenced in death. But the truth doesn't stay buried forever. Eventually it comes out. The palace has never commented. The truth. Diana's 4 diaries exist, hidden in royal archives. Classified until 2072, a 6-year-old's heartbreak, a 19-year-old's terror, a young mother's mental health struggles, a 36-year-old's final warnings that she was being watched. 4 diaries, 30 years of truth, all hidden, all sealed from the sons who deserve to read them. Diana died in what they called a tragic accident. But Diana's diaries tell a different story. A woman who knew she was in danger, who documented her fears, who tried to warn people, and then someone tore out those pages. Classified those diaries for 75 years. Why hide the writings of a woman killed in an accident? The diaries are sealed until 2072. By then, William will be 90. Harry will be 87. Most people who knew Diana will be dead. Maybe that's the point. Keep the truth locked away until everyone who could do anything is gone. But Margaret Thornton made copies. Other people have seen fragments. One day, those diaries will be public. One day, we'll read Diana's actual words, not the official story, her truth. Diana spent her life being silenced, but her words survive. Written in 4 diaries, torn and blacked out and classified, but still there, still waiting. The pages they tried to erase are the ones that will finally tell her story.